Learn English through stories. Hello everyone, Assalamu alaikum. Do you want to learn English in a fun and easy way? Here we teach English through stories. Simple, engaging, and enjoyable stories that help you learn English step by step. As you listen and follow along, you'll improve your vocabulary, pronunciation, and understanding. Whether you're a beginner or just want to improve, these stories are designed to make learning English feel natural. Are you ready to begin your English learning journey? Let's dive into today's story and start learning. Subscribe and follow now and join us. Now, let's enjoy the story of two best friends, Tom and Jake, and learn English together.
Stronger together, Tom and Jake had been best friends for as long as they could remember. Their friendship began in elementary school, when Jake defended Tom from a bully during recess. From that moment on, they were inseparable. Growing up in the quiet town of Willow Creek, their days were filled with shared adventures, whether riding their bikes through the neighborhood or playing soccer at the local park. Though they were different in many ways, those differences only made their bond stronger. Tom was the academic, the serious one who loved reading, solving puzzles, and excelling in school. Jake, on the other hand, was spontaneous, energetic, and a natural athlete who preferred soccer over studying. Despite their contrasting personalities, they found a balance in each other. Tom kept Jake focused on school, while Jake taught Tom how to enjoy life outside of books. As they moved into high school, the challenges of growing up began to test their friendship. Tom had always dreamed of becoming an engineer and worked hard to maintain his grades, knowing that university was his only ticket out of Willow Creek. Jake, meanwhile, was content playing soccer, not overly concerned about his academic performance. He relied heavily on Tom for help with schoolwork, and Tom was always there to tutor him, patiently explaining complex subjects like math and science. But things weren't always easy. In their sophomore year, Tom's family started facing financial problems. His father lost his job, and Tom began to worry about the future. What if they couldn't afford university? What if he had to drop out of school to help support his family? These thoughts weighed heavily on him, and his grades began to slip. Jake, noticing the change in his friend, didn't hesitate to step up. Although Jake was not the best student himself, he knew how to motivate Tom. He encouraged him to apply for scholarships and kept reminding him of their shared dream, to go to university together. Jake's unwavering belief in Tom kept him going during his darkest days. No matter how worried Tom was, Jake's positivity and support made all the difference. At the same time, Jake was facing his own challenges. His carefree attitude towards school had finally caught up with him. By the end of junior year, his grades had fallen so low that he was in danger of repeating the year. Despite being a star on the soccer field, his poor academic performance threatened his chances of being accepted into a good university. Tom, knowing how much soccer meant to Jake, took it upon himself to help his friend. After school, they would sit together at the library, with Tom explaining algebra problems and reviewing history notes with Jake. Though it was tough, Jake improved steadily, his grades rising enough to keep him on track to graduate. Their high school years passed with many ups and downs, but one thing remained constant: their friendship. They had each other's backs through thick and thin, proving time and again that no obstacle was too great when faced together. Their hard work paid off. Tom received a scholarship to study engineering at a prestigious university, and Jake, thanks to his skills on the soccer field, earned a spot on the university's soccer team. Both were ecstatic. This was the dream they had shared since they were kids. University life, however, brought new challenges. Tom was deeply focused on his studies, often spending late nights at the library, working on projects and assignments. Engineering was no easy major, but Tom thrived under the pressure. For Jake, the transition was harder. Balancing soccer practice with academic expectations proved overwhelming. and once again, he found himself struggling to keep up in class. But just like in high school, Tom was there to help. They rented a small apartment near campus, and their routine of mutual support continued. Tom tutored Jake when necessary, and Jake, with his cheerful personality, made sure that Tom didn't get too caught up in his studies, encouraging him to unwind with occasional games or social events. Despite the pressure, they thrived. Tom excelled in his courses, becoming one of the top students in his class. Meanwhile, Jake shone on the soccer field, quickly becoming a favorite among his teammates and the university crowd. Though they led busy lives, they never forgot to make time for each other. As they neared the end of their university years, things seemed perfect. Tom had secured multiple job offers from engineering firms, and Jake was being scouted by professional soccer teams. But life had other plans. In the final game of Jake's university soccer career, he suffered a serious knee injury. The doctors told him that his chances of going pro were slim. For Jake, who had built his identity around soccer, it was devastating news. For the first time in his life, Jake wasn't sure what to do next. His dreams of a professional soccer career had vanished, and he felt lost. Tom, as always, stood by his side. He attended every doctor's appointment with Jake, sat with him during physiotherapy sessions, and reminded him that this was just a setback, not the end of his journey. Jake, inspired by Tom's constant support, eventually began to explore other career paths. With Tom's encouragement, he realized that he could still stay involved in the sport he loved, this time as a coach, helping young athletes develop their skills. Years passed, and Tom and Jake continued to succeed in their respective fields. Tom became a respected engineer, working on major projects that challenged his mind and rewarded his hard work. Jake, meanwhile, found fulfillment in coaching, training the next generation of soccer players. His injury had altered his path, but it hadn't taken away his passion for the game. Though their lives had taken different directions, one thing never changed: their friendship. They remained as close as ever, still sharing victories, supporting each other through failures, and reminding each other that they could face anything together. Looking back, they often reminisced about their school days. The late nights spent studying, the soccer matches, the tough times when they thought they might not make it. Those memories had shaped who they were. But more importantly, they knew that through every challenge, they had never faced it alone. Their friendship, forged in childhood and tested by time, remained as strong as ever. Together, they had grown, faced hardships, and found success. And together, they knew they could face whatever the future might bring. Thanks for watching, guys.